Greetings and salutations. Today is July 26, 2014. My name is Quancidine Hinson-Gribble, and I am your investigative reporter. Welcome to Front Street News. Today I have two stories to share with you that were published by the United States Department of Justice. The first story was published on March 6, 2014. Former VA employee sentenced to prison for theft of veterans' personal information. Second story, published on May 16, 2014. Branded man sentenced to more than 7 years for stolen identity refund fraud. I also have the entire VA OIG report of 79 pages on my Facebook page. Please become my Facebook friend by going to Quancidine Hinson and doing a friend request. QUANCIDINE Again, my name is Quancidine Hinson-Gribble. Go to Facebook, become my Facebook friend by going to Quancidine Hinson, which is spelled QUANCIDINEHINSON. Now back to those two reports. March 6, 2014. Former VA employee sentenced to prison for theft of veterans' personal information. Tampa, Florida. U.S. District Judge Virginia M. Hernandez Covington today sentenced David F. Lewis to 6 years in federal prison for access device fraud and aggravated identity theft. As part of his sentence, the court also entered a money judgment in the amount of $105,271,000. The proceeds of the charged criminal conduct. Lewis pleaded guilty on December 10, 2013. According to court documents and testimony presented in court, Lewis was an employee at the Tampa VA Medical Center. On at least 5 different dates in 2012, Lewis accessed and printed the personal information, including names, social security numbers, and medical information of over 100 veterans who were inpatients at the Tampa VA Medical Center. Lewis then gave these documents to someone else in exchange for crack cocaine. Knowing that the veteran's information would be used by others to file lines of credit in the veteran's name, the Department of Veterans Affairs is paying for credit monitoring for those victims known to be affected by Lewis theft. David Lewis, sentenced today of 72 months, holds Lewis accountable for his criminal actions, says James Robnick, Special Agent in Charge, IRS-CI. Lewis misused his position of trust as an employee of the James A. Haley Veterans Hospital and stole the identities of veterans and war heroes. These identities were used to file false income tax refunds. Members of the Tampa Bay Alliance, including as the Veterans Administration Office of Inspector General, the Tampa Police Department, together with IRS-CI, will continue to aggressively investigate these cases and hold those who commit these crimes accountable for their actions. After today's sentencing, Special Agent in Charge Montley Stokes, Office of Inspector General, U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs, said, "This case is the collective work of federal, state, and local law enforcement agencies to aggressively pursue those that commit identity theft. The fact that a person who was charged to care for veterans used that position to steal their identity is reprehensible. Stealing and selling the identity of a war hero is as low as it gets. Thankfully, the work of the Tax Fraud Alliance in the Tampa Bay area is making it very difficult to target victims," said Tampa Police Chief Jane Castor. This case was investigated by the Department of Veterans Affairs, Office of the Inspector General, the Internal Revenue Service, Criminal Investigation, and the Tampa Police Department. It was prosecuted by Assistant United States Attorney Sarah C. Sweeney. Excellent job. They've got a long way to go. This is also happening in Fayetteville, North Carolina, and happening all over the United States of America. But my kudos for the United States Department of Justice for starting and getting this right. Second report, May 16, 2014. Branded man sentenced to more than 7 years for stolen identity refund fraud. Tampa, Florida. U.S. District Judge Virginia M. Hernandez Covington yesterday sentenced Anthony R. Reeves to 7 years and 3 months in federal prison for multiple counts of wire fraud, theft of government property, and aggravated identity theft. As part of his sentence, the court also entered a money judgment in the amount of $69,585.59, a portion of the proceeds of the charged criminal conduct. Reeves was found guilty on February 3, 2014, following a bench trial. According to court documents, on May 8, 2012, Reeves was stopped by a Florida Highway Patrol trooper for speeding and other traffic infractions. After a drug canine alerted on the vehicle, the car was searched. During the search, the trooper found a backpack that contained a laptop, a plastic bag containing 35 debit cards, multiple cell phones, a notebook, and 54 medical records from the Department of Veterans Affairs. These files belong to veterans who are currently awaiting a decision from the VA that happen to be in the back of this gentleman's car. The notebook contained lists of names, social security numbers, email addresses, credit card numbers, cell phone numbers. The VA medical records contain the names and social security numbers of patients. In total, Reeves had the personal identification of 69 veterans and 52 others in his possession. Reeves admitted that he purchased VA medical records from someone whom he knew who worked at the VA and used the information to file fraudulent tax returns. Law enforcement conducted an analysis of the laptop, which revealed that it had been used to access numerous debit card accounts in the names of the victims. The IRS then conducted an analysis of the returns associated with Reeves. Based on the files on the computer and the identifiers found in his possession, specifically, Reeves filed at least 71 fraudulent tax returns from tax years 2010 and 2011. Special Agent in Charge, Montley Stokes, Office of Inspector General, United States Department of Veterans Affairs, said this case was the result of federal, state, and local enforcement agencies aggressively pursuing those who commit identity theft. Reeves is no stranger to the criminal justice system. This 7-year, 3-month sentence will probably be a deterrent for others and give him some time to consider if it was really worth it. Yesterday's sentencing of Mr. Reeves is the final culmination of years of investigation, hard work, and the combined efforts of the Internal Revenue Service, the Department of Veterans Affairs, the United States Attorney's Office, and the Florida Highway Patrol. Stated Florida Highway Patrol spokesman Steve Gaskins, an alert Florida state trooper conducting routine traffic enforcement, who looked beyond the traffic stop for criminal activity, has led to a highly successful conclusion whereby citizens and especially veterans benefit tremendously. This case was investigated by the Department of Veterans Affairs, the Internal Revenue Service, Criminal Investigation, the Florida Highway Patrol. It was presented by Assistant United States Attorney Sarah C. Sweetie. In closing, I would like to add that if you have not received your refund check, it has not been deposited into your account, you might want to contact the IRS, the VAOIG, and you also want to have all of your documentations because amendments are going to have to be done in order for you to get your income tax refund check. In my case, this is what happened to me. 2 refunds were done in my name. One for 2012, one for 2013. I'm very happy to say that the IRS, the FBI, and all of the authorities are involved in my case right now, and I'm very happy to report that. So, thank you very much for listening to Front Street News. Remember, you have the power. My name is Quancidine Hinson-Gribble, and I endorse this broadcast. Have a nice day.